Casa Duende Wellness is encompassing a soul, body healing modality, full circle. So essentially what we're doing is we're working on your energetic body. We're working on your body to get it more alkaline. We're working on it from a mindset perspective. We're working on it as a foundation just to kind of nourish yourself. So Casa Duende Wellness is really doing that mind, body, soul connection back into you. And Casa Duende actually represents soul, and kind of getting you to that awe state, so that awe feeling. So feeling at your natural, most optimal state. And that's what Casa Duende really encompasses, is getting you back into your soul alignment. And I feel like my sole purpose is to work with women who want to get into that soul alignment, and Casa Duende helps you get into that soul alignment. So Casa Duende Wellness really started with a passion of mine to really go into on a soul level, really searching for something that I felt like was a passion of mine, is really educating people on how to take care of themselves, how to give themselves self-care, and to give themselves self-love. I was really young when my father was actually diagnosed with cancer. And he had colon cancer, and he had a really short span to live. And so I saw what he had to endure with. He was doing radiation. He decided to do that at that time. And I just saw what he went through. And it was a really, really challenging time as a family. And for me, at a pivotal point in my life when I was about the age of 20, seeing him go through that. And he suffered so much, and he just deteriorated so quickly. And I was too young to really understand like what that meant and what that was. And so I just knew at some point, like, I was gonna find a reason to figure out why he got sick and like what I could do to help him. I remember being like 20 and then going to him and bringing him like a smoothie. Like, it was just something innate. I knew he needed like alkaline foods. I knew he needed like fruits and vegetables. And it was just something that was like telling me like he needs this. This is like life force for him. And unfortunately, because he had a terminal case, he didn't live very long. And so it affected me on a deep level, a deep cellular level actually. So a lot of those emotions were stored in my body. And it wasn't until later in my life where I actually was able to kind of like process things and deal with them, and realize that it was actually kind of something that twofold. It affected me from wanting to be more of a humanitarian and wanting to like help others, and also it also fueled me into my own healing journey. So I really was able to dive into peeling back the layers and peeling back the onion and going into my own healing journey, which I'm so grateful for, and I'm so thankful that I was able to go through that experience, because it really did bring me to this line of work. So regenerative health is essentially allowing your body to get into a homeostasis state so it can heal itself. So what I do as a practitioner is I get you into an alkaline state. So I'm getting all of the acidicness out of your body and making you more alkaline. And once you're more alkaline, your body will essentially do what it's intended to do, which is heal. So we need to be at a pH of 7.0. If anything over or less is not an alkaline state. So my job is to get you into that right pH balance. pH means potential for hydrogen. So essentially our body needs hydrogen in our cells to live and to give us energy and for our mitochondria to work. So that potential for hydrogen is giving us that energy and that life force for our cells to perform at their best. So the more optimal hydrogen that we have in our body, the more optimal our body will actually perform. So when we don't have that potential for hydrogen and it's low, our cells are not performing at their top peak. Everything around us is really getting us out of that homeostasis state. Our air and things that are sprayed into the environment, the clothing that we wear. So we're surrounded by pollutants all the time. So getting you into that proper state of pH is just kind of getting your body cleaned out as much as possible and getting you on a regular cleanse so you can like get rid of those toxins and make sure they're not in your field on a regular basis. And everybody should be cleansing their body at least 4 times a year with the seasons, essentially. Your body is so beautiful and it's so amazing. So when toxins come into our body, we're able to rid them like really quickly because our immune system is strong. But when our body becomes too inundated with toxins and it can't keep up the fight with all these toxins that are coming into our body because it's not alkaline, because it's overridden with pollutants in our body, and our body can't keep up with the fight. So then our inflammation goes up, it goes up, and it goes up. And so that's why regenerative health comes in, is because that's a solution for us to go in and to do the work. Just like we have anything to do. You have a car, you take it in, you get it serviced. It's the exact same thing. You need to take your body in and you need to get it serviced. And you need to help it along the way. So dry brushing is a way to help it. Lymphatic drainage is a way to help it. Eating alkaline food is a way to help it. So at the end of the day, regenerative health really is just kind of getting your body to that natural state. And when you're in that natural state, your body is able to heal and to recover on its own. So I wish I had a wellness coach. I taught myself, so I'm self-taught, but I was fortunate enough to come to a practitioner that I met, Carrie Drink Wine, who's a mentor to me. And when I learned certain simple tips from her, the world opened up to me, and I was just so in awe. And I was like, how do people not know these simple tips? And I want to know more. And so I dove deeper. So I've learned pretty much everything that you can to just these biohacks that are just simple biohacks that you can do. So what I like to do is share my knowledge and just give my clients simple tools that they can do on a regular basis that will really start to reset their mindset first, their positive outlook, which is getting the morning sun, changing their nutrition. Just simple techniques. We'll start off little, but we go deeper and deeper and deeper as we get deeper into regenerative health, which is really essentially getting you into that detox state. So as a coach, that's really essentially what my job is. It's just taking you step by step and getting that, and we just find out wherever you are on your health journey, and we navigate through that little by little on a personal plan for you to get to that alkalinized state. I'm fortunate enough to have a toolbox of so many different tools to use, but what I like to do first is to really get you centered, and I want you to feel balanced. And we do an intake, and we kind of assess the situation. So everybody's going to be different. Everyone's going to have a different starting point. But essentially where I want people to feel, I want them to feel nourished, because that's where I feel the most depleted in most cases, and I felt undernourished and depleted. So I know that's where for me it was really beneficial and really helpful for me. So getting my clients nourished, and that, what does that mean? Okay, I used to think I was nourished and nourishing myself properly. I was like, oh, I eat great, I don't eat this, I don't eat that. But really, it's not about eating certain foods, it's about how you really feel. It's like, how are you nourishing yourself? Are you really taking in that food? Are you really mineralized? Are you really getting the proper nutrients from your food? Because we think because we're not eating this and that, we're nourished, but actually food is more about how we eat the food, what we eat, and also the time of day we eat. So I really learned that it was really important to eat before 8 a.m., before you walk out the door. Don't have caffeine until a little bit later in the day, although certain parts of the cleanse you won't have caffeine. But if you want to have caffeine, like a green tea, something, but it's going to be after you have something to eat. And you're most likely going to start with fruit first. It starts to shift your perspective overall, and so all the other things kind of fall in place as you sort of align your nourishment with your diet and eliminating certain foods that are kind of like bringing you down into a lower vibration, and then that's going to raise your frequency, and so all the other things kind of fall in place. So the energy enhancement cube cuts out all of the noise, which essentially means it's cutting out all of the EMFs, it's calling out all the toxins, it's creating this scalar wave energy that's going out 2.2 miles, which is faster than the speed of light, and it's creating this like vortex around you. So it's giving you this cocoon-like feeling. So your body is in this like bubble, this like safe bubble where nothing can come into that, interfere into your body. So your body is essentially in this like bubble, so it can do what it's intended to do. It gets into like a 0 point energy where your body can go into a healing effect. It's into homeostasis. It's in a starting at ground zero. So there's nothing above it and nothing below it. It's ground zero. So your body is able to do what it's intended to do, which is heal. That's all it's able to do when you're in this energy field of the energy enhancement system. I think the EE Cube is beneficial for anybody that's healing from a surgery. So like something that they've had a surgery and they want to make sure that their recovery is at their optimal timing. It's going to allow your body to get into a state where it can heal faster, where it can rejuvenate faster. I would say it's good for anybody who is going through chemotherapy also, because it also is going to support your body to, again, it's getting your body to an alkaline and pH balanced state as well. So it's getting your body, like into the state where there's nothing interfering with what it needs to do. And at the end of the day, our body wants to heal. If we get a cut on our finger, our body will heal that. So we're just setting your body up for success with the energy enhancement system. It's giving you that extra boost. It's like recharging your immune system, recharging your battery, so it can do what it's intended to do. It's like game time, here we go. And then your body will perform. We're always on this journey, essentially. And there'll be points in our life that we'll come to a stop and we'll be like, this is not working for me anymore. I cannot do this anymore. And that's really your higher self saying to you, okay, this is your opportunity to make a choice here. You're at a pivotal point in your life to make a choice. And I love to work with clients when they're at that pivotal point in their life, because it's like exactly where I was, and I was looking for guidance, and I was looking for somebody to kind of come to me and say, here, show me the way. Not necessarily show me the way and tell me everything to do, but just guide me and support me, because I didn't have anybody to guide me and support me at that time. So it took me longer on my journey. We're gonna help to lead you onto a path where it's like holistic, where we're gonna give you choices that you can make for yourself that are gonna more enrich your life. They're gonna understand that you're not gonna take that path that everybody walks on, because that path doesn't work for you anymore. You're choosing a different path, and it's okay to choose that different path. And along that different path, we're gonna support you. So Casa Duende is really supporting women clients in their journey to walk that scarier path. And we're there to guide you and to say that it's okay, and whatever choice you make that's your choice. And that could be a choice that's like not always easy, and we're there to guide you and to hold your hand and support you along the way.